Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Bayan here to bring you a quick lesson. Prior to get started, I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, and Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, you Akim, you Aquad, which is you brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe, okay? And Salak, if you hear a little noise in the background, got some laundry going on. But this is gonna be a quick lesson on one of my favorite books, because it's something definitely motivating, to keep you, pushing, okay, and it's truth, all right, and it's the book of Psalms 126, all right, real short chapter, but it gets straight to the point, all right, and I'm gonna read it. It's not that long, so I'm gonna read it in the KJV and I'm reading NLT just to, break it down way more plain. But this is Psalms 126:1. It says, when the Lord Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter and our tongue with singing. Then they said, they among the heathen, the Lord had done great things for them. The Lord had done great things for us, where we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south. They that sow in the tears shall reap in joy. All right, he that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seeds, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Okay, and this is it in NLT. All right, it says, when the Lord brought back his exiles to Jerusalem, it was like a dream. All right, and again, why this chapter was so so motivating to me is because imagining all of the things that we've been through in life, and the constant trials and tribulations that we constantly go through, once this thing's all over, it's going to feel like it was just a dream. All right. And, I'm one of them brothers that you could say that, I have a lot of crazy, vivid dreams, nightmares and so on and so forth, a lot, but, one of the best feelings is, when you're waking up, all right, when you're waking up and you realizing, all of these stupid things that I was doing in my sleep, whether it was, just some crazy madness, how your dreams could just go all over the place, all right, but just that feeling to wake up and be like, oh man, it wasn't real, it's over with, and now I can keep on pushing. All right, that's pretty much how it's going to be when the Lord brings us back close to him, all right, out of this captivity under these devils, okay, when we're back at the top. All right, and it says verse 2, we were filled with laughter and we sang for joy. All right, again, knowing that we back as the kings, the precious I forget how to explain it, but the Lord said that the apple of his eye. Okay, when we get back into just that tight knit relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay, rather than having to mourn, in this captivity. All right, because it tells you, when basically roughly paraphrasing Salaki, when a wicked rule, the people mourn, but when a righteous rule, is full of happiness and joy, but that's going to be the feeling of the kingdom for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, it's going to be full of laughter and joy. All right, because again, we're going to be back at one with our power. All right, and it says, and the other nations said, what amazing things the Lord has done for them. All right, it's definitely going to be noticeable. All right, everybody's going to see. All right, that's just the glory that the Lord has in place for us. But how much more, we're going to be joint heirs, Lord willing, joint heirs with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the hope for the elect. All right, and the Lord is going to be flashy, stunning, however it's going to be, and we're going to be just like that alongside with him, ruling in all righteousness. So the whole world would have to notice this thing, man. It says again, yes, the Lord has done amazing things for us with joy. Restore our fortunes, Lord, as streams renew the desert. All right. Again, don't really got to harp on that much, but man, we're just going to be back on the top. It says, those who plant in tears will harvest with shouts of joy. All right. They got another precept, I believe it's in Matthew, but when it talks about, blessed are they that mourn now, because at the end, we're going to reap happiness, that at the end is going to be nothing but happiness for us, just for that the trials and mourning and everything, this hard work that we're doing is just going to pay off at the end of the day. Okay, and it says they weep as they go to plant their seeds, but they sing as they return with the harvest. All right, we've been working, man. Lord willing, we continue to push into the end. All right, but it's definitely a tough task right now. It's hard. Okay, dealing with this flesh and dealing with these our captivity. These bodies, these bodily ailments, just everything. The whole shebang bang, I could think of the word that is a more proper word than shebang bang. The whole, what they say, 9 yards, whole 100 yards, I don't know. But anyway, it says they weep as they go and plant the seed, but they sing as they return with the harvest. All right, so basically when you plant that seed, there's time, it's patience. All right, but once you're able to harvest, that seed is nothing but joy. All right, now you get to reap what you just sowed. All right, and Lord willing for us, what we're reaping and the work that we're putting in is going to lead to us being of that 144,000, of the judging body, to be entirely of that hopeful elect. That 1/3 that is going to be saved. All right, but again, we shooting higher than that. All right, we shooting, doing the work of the Lord, just so again, we could be of that 144,000. Okay, but that's pretty much it. Again, it was nothing but 6 verses, but I think the point was made. It's going to be like it was just a dream. So just a quick little motivating lesson to keep on pushing. This thing is almost over with. All right, and that's pretty much it. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. I would probably get out of here. I want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakabatash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, Yuak and Yuakwat, which are your brothers and sisters in the Hebrew that believe. All right, and keep pushing. Our salvation is nearer than what we believe. And Shalom.